All right, in this video, we are going to look at finding the x-intercepts by completing the square. We're going to be looking at some quadratics though that aren't starting in standard form, which means we have to put them in standard form, and then we can go ahead and complete the square. So our first one, x squared minus 4x minus 80 equals negative 8. We can see here we're not equal to 0, which we want to be when we're solving for x-intercepts. So we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to add 8 on both sides. That's going to leave me then with x squared minus 4x. Negative 80 plus 8 is going to be negative 72 equals 0. All right, so now I have a quadratic set equal to 0. We can go ahead and we could try factoring, not going to work here. So we're going to complete the square as we indicated before. All right, so to complete my square, I'm going to separate my middle term. So I have a square. So I'm going to have x, half of negative 4 is negative 2. Then I'm going to keep my negative 72 at the back, and then I have to remember to subtract whatever negative 2 squared is, which is 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 equals 0. That's going to give me my vertex form of x minus 2 squared minus, well, negative 72 minus 4 is going to be negative 76. So minus 76 equals 0. Now that I'm in my vertex form, set equal to 0, I can go ahead and solve using square roots. First step, I'm going to add 76 to both sides. So this is going to leave me with x minus 2 squared equals 76. Square root. So x minus 2 equals the positive and negative square root of 76. This is going to split my problem into two separate equations. X minus 2 equals the positive square root of 76, and x minus 2 equals the negative square root of 76. Add 2. X is equal to the positive square root of 76 plus 2. And then on this side, x is equal to the negative square root of 76 plus 2. And for our sake, we're going to convert these just to decimals instead of the exact form. So the square root of 76 plus 2, this is going to be roughly, x is about 10.72. And here, the negative square root of 76 plus 2 is going to be about negative 6.72. And that is how we would go from a standard form a quadratic not in standard form into standard form, and then complete the square and find the x-intercepts. Let's go ahead and look at another similar problem. V squared plus 20v equals 38. Same idea. I need to make this equal 0. So we'll subtract 38. V squared plus 20v minus 38 equals 0. I'm going to go ahead and complete my square. So v plus half of 20, just 10. Kick my negative 38 to the back, and then at the end subtract whatever 10 squared is, which is 100. All right, so when I go ahead and do that, I have v plus 10 squared, and then negative 38 minus 100 is negative 138 equals 0. And we're going to solve. Plus 138. V plus 10 squared equals 138. Square root. V plus 10 equals the positive and negative square root of 138. So I have the positive square root of 138 equals v plus 10, and the negative square root of 138 equals v plus 10. And that's going to give me final answer of v is about 1.75. And then here I have the negative square root of 138 minus 10. V is about negative 21.75. And those would be my x-intercepts there. One last problem. Stay with me. What do we do when we have like terms on both sides? So here's something kind of as far as we're going to go. I'm just going to add 6x on both sides. So now I have x squared minus 12x minus 49 equals 0. And now we would finish this off by solving or converting to vertex form and then solving. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it a little shorthand here. Negative 6 squared, negative 49, and then I have to subtract 36. So that's going to be x minus 6 squared, negative 49 minus 36, negative 85 equals 0. Take a couple steps here. I'm going to have x minus 6 equals plus or minus the square root of 85, which is going to give me the square root of 85 plus 6 equals x, and then the negative square root of 85 plus 6 equals x. And I kind of skipped a few steps in between there. That giving us the square root of 85 plus 6. X is about 15.22. And then on our other side, the negative square root of 85 plus 6 is going to be x is roughly negative 3.22. And that is how we can complete the square with quadratics that aren't in standard form, but convert them into standard form first. Hope this helps.